Coach Aaron Russell stepped on campus at Bucknell University, the Bison have been competitors in the Patriot League. He was responsible for the biggest turnaround in program history during his first year at Bucknell. And last season, he led the Bison to 16 wins and an 11-7 record in the Patriot League. Now he enters his third season as one of the favorites in the preseason poll. And Coach joins me now via Skype to talk about the upcoming season. Hey, Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well, Mel. How are you?
Great, thanks. So a glaring omission from the lineup this year will be Shelby Romine, but outside of that, you return a strong group of players, including your leading scorer from a year ago, Audrey Dotson. Can you talk about her a little bit?
Yeah, Audrey's been everything we've asked her to be here over the last couple of years, and I said this about her last year that she made a lot of development between her freshman and sophomore year. The summer last year was great for her game, and she matched that again. You know, she struggled with her health a little bit last year, and still working on that. But the kid put together a great performance last year, even not at full strength, and it was healthy enough to have a very productive summer. And she looks every bit as we were expecting her to be.
With 128 assists, the offense ran through Romine last season. Who will step into that point guard role this season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we'll miss a lot of things with Shelby on the floor, but she did a great job kind of leaving behind a culture of accountability and really just work ethic that's thriving right now. I mean, I couldn't be happier with that. As far as ball in their hands, I think obviously the way that we play, all of our kids are going to have the ball in their hands. So I don't know that anybody's going to match the 128 assists. I think Megan did a great job as a point guard last year, and she'll do a great job again for us this year. Again, I think that's going to be spread out among all of our players, and post included, because as you know, the ball's in their hands quite a bit here as well.
Claire DeBoer had a stellar freshman campaign, being named the Patriot League Rookie of the Year. What's the next step for her as she begins her sophomore season?
Like Audrey, obviously we realize that we've got quite a bit of strength there among our post squad. So again, Claire's going to have another great year. I think. We tried not to put a lot of pressure on her last year as a freshman. I don't know if she's going to have that luxury again this year as a sophomore. But the other side of it too is I think she's a little bit more of a known quantity to the other coaches in our league. But at the same point, we warned her about that hey, this is not going to be easier because you're a sophomore this year. It's going to be harder. And she really took that to drive her to have an incredible summer. And she's come back, a much better player than even she was in March, which I thought was pretty good.
Do you have any freshmen or players who didn't see a lot of playing time last year who you expect to make an impact this season?
I think it's an interesting year. Obviously, you said we only lost Shelby off our team, but we're still a pretty young team. And I think we look at our freshman group and say, hey, there's opportunities out there for you to get on the floor. And they've come in, much more improved than when we saw them during their high school seasons. I think they've really taken a liking to the style of play that we play. I think they've really meshed well with our older kids. So I think as a group, I think we're going to see a lot of minutes coming out of our freshman class this year.
As you enter your third year, can you tell us what's been the biggest thing you've learned about coaching in the Patriot League?
I think I said this when I first got the job. I think this is a very underestimated league. And very underappreciated. The amount of great coaches that are in this league is very, very impressive. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is we've got a lot of coaches that, I mean this in a good way, have a lot of years on them and a lot of experience. And it's just a very, very competitive league. And you saw that last year. To be, 10, 11, whatever we were RPI, I don't think a lot of people realize that about that. And we had a very senior dominant league in many ways last year. But I just think the coaching in this league has just been outstanding.
Well, thanks so much for your time, Coach, and best of luck this season.
All right. Thank you, Mel.
For more Patriot League women's basketball previews, log on to youtube.com/Patriot Video and click on the women's basketball playlist. For the Patriot League Network, I'm Melanie Plowski.